Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Quick Launch Live. I'm Frank Data D. Lorenzo, excited to share with you today some fun and exciting Power BI content. We're going to do something I shouldn't be able to do as I am not the most technical resource, but if I can do it, you can do it. We're going to create from scratch a Power BI report. We're going to publish it up to the service so we can share and consume it. We're going to take that report out to our mobile, and I'll share all of that as we go through this. And just a couple of housekeeping items. Love questions, love comments. Please use the comments on your right to put any questions you might have in there. Let us know where you're viewing from today. I'd love to know that you're out there watching. These recordings are on our Preferred Strategies LinkedIn company page. You can view them anytime. They're also on our YouTube page if you follow Preferred Strategies there. And if you watch after the fact and you have a question, reach out or leave a comment so we know that you're out there watching. We appreciate it. All right, let's get started. Got a lot to cover in 15 minutes. So first, we're going to create, publish, and take our data visuals on the road. The components we're going to talk about: Power BI Desktop, where you can author and build your reports; the Power BI service, where you publish the reports to, and now you can consume and collaborate. This is where you need the Microsoft licensing at this point. You download this for free and get started when we're done. And then from here, you can push that data out to the mobile. And I'll try and share an example of that if we can get through it quickly. And from there, finally, if you have an Apple Watch, you can move your KPIs live right to your Apple Watch. So that's something that's kind of cool. This is what the displays will look like. Obviously, you can't do full dashboards on your Apple Watch, but the alerts and KPIs can be very useful. And keep in mind, by mobile, we also mean your tablets for a larger, more rich. My Apple Watch is wanting to join the conversation. Sorry, folks. Rich experience. And finally, where are you on your data strategy continuum? Where do you think you are, and do you want to work to be data driven? That's something every company should explore. This has become a very hot topic as of late, as data has become kind of the new competitive battleground. Companies that are getting their arms around their data are performing better. And finally, congrats. Your data strategy now includes mobile, and the team is happy to see it. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so here you see Power BI Desktop, blank screen. What makes this go is the data model on the right. When I say that, what I mean is, if I try and write a report, many of us out there have done this off the ERP transactional data. I got to know how to join it, how to ASUM it, how to filter it for calendaring if I want to do fiscal periods. Not easy. But again, a non-techie person needs a report. I'm say project manager, and I want to take my data on the road today. Person helps me with reports is not in. So I'm looking through this, and I know I want some costs. So all the measures are going to be kept in my job cost details file. I float over it, and that tells you what tables are being combined from the transactional data to build this. And I know I want to come in. There's all my measures by folder. I want some actuals. I would like to see my actual cost job to date. And let's say I want to compare that to what it was last year, just as an example. And now I've got that visual, and this right now is not broken down by anything. So it's, the entire company. If I want to break this down, let's say by job, I come up to the job. Side note, one thing in a good data model too is meta tagging. Like you notice the address fields are all meta tagged. So if I drop an address field on there, I can map like job location, employee location, equipment location, things of that nature. I never pull just job and job description. I always concatenate them. So why not have the model provide that for you? So now you see that I've got this visual and kind of can see that the data is pretty thin. I never realized, this is demonstration data that we have. You can see most of it lives in one project. It never really jumped out at me till I saw it visually, but now I can see that. Now, because this is regular old Microsoft, I can Control C, Control V, bing, bada, boom. I'm gonna bring that visual right here next to it, park it there. Maybe this one I want to see as a table, and then this one I've got my graph. And then let's say when I float over here, I get a tooltip. I want a little more feedback on that visual when I float over that. I'd like to see what the projected final cost is for that job when I move my mouse over that, for example. So I can come up to my measures, but this time I want to go to projected final. my projected final cost job to date, and I will put that into my tooltip. And let's say I also want to add it to my visual over here in the table. So if I extend this out, I'll see I now have my projected final there available to me. Now, one final thing, I want to be able to slice and dice this data, let's say by month, by year, or by fiscal period. You notice I float over here, by the way, there's the tooltip. So I'm going to come here and say, I'd like to add a slicer, please. I'm going to be very polite when you're doing this. I'm going to go to the calendar, my fiscal period. I would like the year and period. Let me drag that in. And then I never like these kind of little check boxes, especially on my mobile. So I'm going to change that. And I'm going to ask if it would make it tiles. Okay. And then you notice, and I can filter this, by the way, to start, say, 2010 if I wanted to. But if I select a calendar, notice the data is respecting the calendar selection. So now I'm done. I've got that. Let's say this is all I need for this particular time. So now I want to publish this report so others can see it. I can share it. We can collaborate on it. All the fun stuff. Oh, and one other thing here I meant to point out. If I don't like the column names, if these are too long, I can come here and say rename that field for this visual. So I could go through and rename these if I wanted it to be a little sharper. But let's go ahead and publish this all the way up to the service. Yep, I'm going to save it. I'm going to put it in my workspace. So now we see it's working. It's going to replace the test report I had, which is fine. So it's publishing. Microsoft's doing its thing. I'm going to click this link. And now we see that report in the service. And here I can edit. I can see my fields. If I want to make some tweaks to it, I still can. If I wanted to change anything about this, maybe I want this to be more of a sidebar chart, or perhaps a waterfall chart, however I want this to be. Go back to this one for a moment. So now I've got it in the service. I can edit it. I can share it. I can collaborate on it. We can chat in Teams if we need to. Go back to my reading view, save the changes. And right here, if I wanted to put any comments on this, right here is where I could say something like we'll say Monica. It'll pick my team member. Are the latest costs posted? Now, Monica's going to get an alert email, hard to miss, and can respond to that, and that dialogue will live with the report forever. I can then say, I want this report sent to me every Friday at 5 o'clock. I can build any subscriptions, or I can even do notifications. If, say, a projected final goes over a threshold, send the report to me. I can do something like that as well. But I'm running out of time, so let's edit, and let's go mobile. So when I take this to my mobile, I've got my 3 visuals. I've got my mobile layout. So let's say I want to place the graphic up top. Then below that, maybe I want the table. And then right below, let's make that a little bigger. Right below that, I'm going to put my visual. Make it fit. Okay, and then I can scroll through my years here. Now, I'm ready to take this out to my mobile device. So if I say reading view, save. Okay, so now that report's saved, let's go see if we can see my mobile device. Let's give this a try. Here's where the technology can scare me at times, but we'll see if we have luck. Okay, I'm sharing my mobile. All right. Let's see if I can bring that over. Hopefully now you're seeing my mobile screen. Here is the recent report that I just pushed. I've got a lot of different reports on my mobile. It's funny, I'm trying to use my mouse to drive it, but it's actually my mobile. So this is the report I'd like. And it's doing its thing, and it's opening, and there it is. I can scroll through it. I can landscape it where I might be able to see a little more data the way I want. I can move through my periods here, select what I'd like, come back. There's my tooltip by floating over. And then from here, if I'm looking at the mobile and I have some questions, I can open up that comment pane. There's the message to Monica. She hasn't responded yet. Sometimes takes her a while, but the response will live in here as well. So I've got everything here that I need to actually answer a question, get the data I need, drill into it. I could set up a drill down to the details here. I didn't do that in the time allotted. But folks, I am very proud to say we created a report, published it. We literally went from Power BI blank canvas to report build to publish to share. And I didn't know if I could do it in 15 minutes. We're done in 11. So if you have any questions or you'd like to review this further, uh, what really makes it go is having the data in a format that somebody who understands their role in their business knows what they need. They just aren't as technical as others to create it, to build all the logic or do any programming. And keep in mind, that was just my ERP data. But if I wanted to bring in weather data, blend other data from, say, a CRM system, Salesforce, that can be done as well. So it's really fun and easy. I enjoy building this content. Maybe next time I'll challenge myself to start with a dashboard and we'll take it all the way through. But for now, next week we will not be conducting a LinkedIn Live as we'll be attending the CFMA National Conference in Denver, Colorado. But the following week may have a surprise, may have another customer to bring on an interview and explore their data-driven journey. So look forward to that. All right, folks, I'm giving you 3 minutes of your day back. I am Frank Data Di Lorenzo. Thank you for spending this session with me and have a great day. Everybody take care.